Our intermission guests today are Brian Link and Phil Rukavina. My first question is, what is this instrument?
Well, this instrument is called an arch lute, and it's one of a family of lute-like instruments that were used to play continuo during Monteverdi's lifetime in his compositions. And what it is a lute that has a rank of strings added to it in the bass. And that's because singers love to sing with lutes because lutes had dynamics, and harpsichords don't. They play without a sense of dynamic. And yet the lute is a very high, what we call a high partialed instrument, and adding the bass strings gave it a little more depth and body and accompaniments.
Brian, could I ask you why you aren't playing with harpsichord?
Well, we could play with harpsichord, and in fact, for our performances, we often do use harpsichord. However, they were very agnostic about the type of band that they would make a continuo out of back in the 17th and 18th centuries. The arch lute and other plucked instruments like that are very portable instruments, and they're very useful for going out to the park and playing, or to be playing in bedroom while you're going to sleep at night. And so for this situation where we're in a television studio, that served us in good stead as well. We didn't have to bring a harpsichord and truck it on our backs. We brought 4 lutes with, and it was very easy to move around in here.
And why did you choose to play an entire program with Claudio Monteverdi?
I think people who have heard the name associate Monteverdi with his serious music, his operas, the Vespers, and in fact there was quite a bit of a lighter side to him. He wrote several books of madrigals, some of which are light, some of which are very serious, and canzonas, which are the 3-part pieces that we're doing. They're delightful little pieces, and no one ever hears them, so we thought that it would be nice to show them side by side.
What's the difference between a madrigal and a canzona?
At the point in history that we're performing, the differentiation is very, very small. And right now, the canzonas in our program can be identified by being small 3-part pieces with lutes playing ritornello in between. And the madrigals are more through-composed pieces for everybody to sing and for the lutes to be playing continuo. Now,
you also sing a countertenor, is that right? Can you tell us what that is?
A countertenor is basically a falsettist. Before the political correctness of the last century came in, women were not used in church, and so men had to cover their high parts.
Well, thank you very much for coming in today.
You're welcome.
And we have one more piece to play for you.
I will give thanks unto the Lord with my whole heart, secretly among the faithful and in the congregation.
Confitebor Tibi Domine, in toto cor meo, in concilio iustorum, et congregatione. Confitebor Tibi Domine, in toto cor meo, in concilio iustorum, et congregatione. Magna opera Domini, exquisita et nobles, in omnes voluntates eius. Confessio et magnificentia Opus eius, et justitia eius manet in saeculum saeculi. Memoria fecit mirabilium suorum, misericords et miserator Dominus, est meditibentibus se. Medor edit in saeculum testamentis sui, virtutem operum suorum annunciavit populum suo. Ut et divis hereditate gentium, opera miserere Dominus. Et etium sapientiae et timor Domini, intellectus bonus omnibus facientibus Deo, laudatia eos paratat alti seculum Sicut erat in